Hey, good morning, Esther. How's it going today?
Good. We're having a little bit of a cloudy day, which is actually kind of nice for LA. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. Thank you for getting up nice and bright and early to talk about this fantastic special. But I have to ask you before we talk about that, how hard is it for a comedian or someone who does stand up to have handled this pandemic? Like, what are you doing to keep yourself busy?
I mean, I've made a complete career change. I tie dye, I cook. It's totally a valid question. It's weird. There's no stand-up comedy. There's not going to be for a long time. People are experimenting with outdoor shows. I don't know if that's going to work out or not, but people people do Zoom comedy shows. I think I'm gonna start doing more YouTube stuff. So you just kind of we're just I think we're all just trying to figure it out.
Yeah, absolutely. But it's got to be hard, especially I was thinking when you do Zoom stand up, like you don't have that feedback. So that I would think would make it so difficult.
Oh my God, 100%. I mean, that's the thing is there is no comparison, right? There's no version of live comedy at home. It doesn't exist. A Zoom is great. It gets things going, but it's not the same. And we need our audiences. Like we're not musicians. We can't write an album in the studio. We need It's kind of like the weirdest thing about stand up is that we need the audience as much as they need us. We actually need them more because we need to know, do people understand this? Is it funny? Is it relatable? And like we can't do that at home. We can't do that on a call with one person. So you're absolutely right. It's very weird.
Exactly. Well, listen, hopefully things will get back to normal sooner than later, but I'm glad you're taking care of yourself and I'm glad that you're keeping yourself busy. I have to tell you this special, I loved it and I what I loved a lot about it is it's very different because you not only just get up there and do stand up for 45 minutes or whatever an hour, but you've integrated it, you've kind of made it into this autobiographical movie with footage of your family and everything. And I wanted to ask you first off, when you went to your parents and said, I am going to do this, what was their reaction?
First of all, I like the way you put it, autobiographical movie. I think that's like I haven't heard that and I like that a lot. They said no. I'm like, hey, I'm doing a Comedy Central special. You guys have to be in it. They're like, no, they're like, do your stand up. We don't need to be in it. You do Sorry, so much coffee. But like, you do your stand up, and I was like, no, I told Comedy Central you'd be in it. You guys don't really have a choice here. So they did come around to it, but yeah, they at first they didn't really want to be involved. They just wanted it to be my stand up, which I guess makes sense. But I'm really happy with the way it turned out. So I'm glad that we did this weird, silly thing. I'm glad.
Yeah, I mean, it's fun to kind of watch them. And like I say, you're the one who wants to be on camera and all that. And so was it difficult for them to be used to having kind of cameras shooting them and especially I love the concept of it because you're kind of blaming them for the hot mess, quote unquote, what you really aren't, but you know what I mean, that you've become. And
Absolutely.
I think
Yeah,
it's hilarious.
thank you. We shot it with that in mind, right? Like, they're two senior citizens in Illinois. Like, they don't know how to perform and act and stuff. And so we were very mindful of that. The way we shot it was we just had one person with a small camera and he just hung out in our living room, in our kitchen. He just kind of like embedded himself into our lives. So it wasn't that high pressure camera crew, lighting, sound. We shot it really low key, and I think that really helped us. If you've seen it, it's like it it feels really natural and organic and like you're a fly on the wall, and that was really important to us. We didn't want to I've done reality pilots in the past, and when they feel really overproduced, it just you lose that magic. I always liken it to like the Osbournes. I loved that show so much when I was growing up, and that was one of those rare reality shows before things kind of got crazy where you were really felt like you were watching the truth and not an overproduced storyline or anything like that.
Completely agree with you. I know you can always tell when this stuff is scripted for sure, like i.e. The Bachelor. But anyway, that's a whole other story.
Totally.
Esther, I wanted to know when did you first know that you were funny?
I mean, I'm still trying to. Is this my moment? Are you telling me? Like, I don't know. I need.
Yeah.
I don't. I think I just think of myself as myself and not much more than that.
Well, you are very funny, I have to tell you.
Thank
Who are
you.
who are your comedy mentors? I mean, I know that this special is produced by Happy Madison. So is Adam Sandler somebody who is a mentor to you?
I'm a huge fan of Adam Sandler. He is so funny and he's such a great person. When he signed on to produce this, I was so excited and I thanked him so much, and he just thanked me right back. He is the most humble person I've ever met. He is so kind and generous and humble, and he has that reputation for a reason. So I feel so lucky to work with him, and his wife is so wonderful. They're just such a great family. Um, and in terms of comedy mentors too. Like I really look up to a lot of the female comedians here in Los Angeles, like Chelsea Peretti, Whitney Cummings, Natasha Leggero. These people who I've watched as I've come up in comedy have really inspired me for the last decade.
Yeah, no, they're great mentors, I'm sure. Like just they're so funny, these ladies. You also have the show Dollface, which started up earlier in the year. Which I mean, I love Kat Dennings beyond belief. I think she's phenomenal. But also our Canadian gal Shay Mitchell is in that as well. How do you ladies all like working together?
Oh my God. I mean, that Dollface, those women are like, we're a sisterhood. It's crazy. We got so lucky with that show because the four of us were all like very similar ages, very similar um mentalities. We're all in our 30s. We're all like there to do our job and get along and have fun. There was really no drama. There was no competition. I mean, you could not find four more different girls in terms of who we actually are. So while we had the same attitude towards work, our personalities are so different that there's just almost no way we could clash because we were all, Shay is the fabulous like entrepreneur. I'm the weird comedian. Brenda and Kat were both child stars, and it was a really great group. I miss them so much. I really do. I can't. We were supposed to be shooting in May, and so I'm waiting for that
Yeah.
call that it's safe and that we're good to go. I can't wait to see them again.
Well, I hope we will see it. We will see more. It'll happen. Listen, congratulations to you, Esther. You're wonderful. I know we're going to be seeing you for a long time. And when
Thank
the
you.
pandemic is over, I really do hope that you'll come to Toronto and do some stand up here for us.
I would love to. I went last year. I love it so much there. I cannot wait to come back.
Good stuff. Well, we can't wait to have you back. Best of luck with everything, and kudos to your parents for doing this. I'm very proud of
Ah,
them.
thank you.
All right, Esther. Have a great day, and take
Thank,
care of yourself in Los Angeles. Be safe.
thank you. I appreciate it.